Yeah, ma'am, I had started the recording. Yeah, just. A very good evening to all of you. I would like to start the session with a deep thought. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. With this beautiful lines by Mahatma Gandhi, I, Shweta Suroya, student of B.Ed second year from MAEER Dnyaneshwar B.Ed College, Alandi, Pune, welcome you all for today's fourth day event of National Level Lecture Series on combating radicalism under Project Aurora. It's a great pleasure to me to introduce our today's resource person, panel advocate Preeti Paranjape ma'am, NLSA New Delhi, to enlighten us on the topic legal framework on countering radicalization. I, Shweta Suraya, on behalf of my MIT Sandhyaneshwar B.Ed College, Alandi, Pune, extend my warm welcome to you, ma'am. I welcome additional DIGs and police officers from various places who has joined this lecture series. I welcome our eminent principal of MIT SDBA and convener of National Level Lecture Series on Combating Radicalism, our respected principal, Dr. Surendra Herkar, sir. I also welcome our coordinator and professor, Sanjay Shinde, sir. I warmly welcome participants from various sections as Department of Defense and Strategic Studies from Savitribai Phule, Pune University and Department of Baba Saheb Ambedkar Studies, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. I also welcome all the staff of MIT SDBA and lastly but not the least, I welcome all the student teachers from MIT SDBA. One has rightly said, every thought that we put into the world affects it. Think love, think peace, think harmony. With this thought, I request all to join in MIT World Peace Prayer.
डैडी को चटाई ला
Guys, switch off your mic.
चटाई ला को दे जरा
Shweta ma'am, please include computer sound. Just pause, click on pause button. Again, you may share your screen and click on include computer sound, please. Stop the sharing first.
Okay.
Yeah, and just click on share button again. Then include computer sound and then share, please.
So now it's fine, sir.
No, we cannot see any screen. Click on share button, include computer sound and share the screen once again.
Okay, sir.
It's not shared till. Shweta ma'am, please.
Yes, sir. I'm trying, sir.
Shweta ma'am, please keep the prayer all. Geeta ma'am, please introduce today's chief guest.
ओके हेलो
Wait. वेद प्रतिपाद्या जय जय स्वसंवेद्या आत्मरूपा देवा तूति गणेशु सकलार्थमतिप्रकाशो म्हणे निवृत्तिदासु अवधारी गोदी गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णश्च पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि
As we are the part of Savitribai Phule Pune University, so let us join together for the Savitribai Phule Pune University anthem. Now, I would like to request our Professor Geeta Vishwakarma ma'am to please kindly introduce our today's resource person, Advocate Preeti Paranjape ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Again, I welcome a graceful, warm welcome to our most valued guest, Advocate Preeti Paranjape ma'am. On behalf of MAEER MIT St. Dnyaneshwar SD B.Ed College, Alandi, Devachi. I also welcome our respected principal, sir, and all the teaching and non-teaching staff member and all the students here. And it's my privilege that I have been asked to brief introduction of our chief guest, Preeti Paranjape ma'am. And she is a legal advisor in district chairperson, legal aids in Law and Club International District. And she has done her BCom, LLB, MBA educations. She is a family law consultant association in Pune, and she is a legal advisor also, and she is include the FOSH committee of various corporate organization, legal advisor for various social organization. She is a very active member of social work, and she has fought legal things for the human, for the society, and doing something innovative for the betterment for the society. And she is a very supporting and helping woman who are in desperate need. Is her passion. She is a body of various social organization working for women and child. And during her tenure, she as a zone chairperson, she has initiated law and district legal cell at Law and District Office at Nal Stop, Pune, where she provides free consultation for women and senior citizens. That's a great thing, ma'am. and she is a free legal aid clinic in the district, and she has been conducting free counseling for many needs women senior citizen. She has fought hundreds of legal battles for needy completely free of cost and participated in more than 100 legal awareness sessions in last 4 years for various corporates. And very warm welcome, ma'am. It's now I hand over the session with you so that now you can continue with your session and give your valuable information to us. It's over to you, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, your mic is it's on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now I
Very
can hear you,
much,
ma'am.
yes, thank you very much for such a lovely introduction. And before we proceed, I thank Herkal sir, the principal sir, and the team, especially Geeta ma'am, for inviting me for this lecture. Now, as I spoke earlier with Geeta ma'am, I have conducted various awareness sessions, legal awareness sessions for students, for lawyers, for other society members. But today I'm here in front of the teachers, the would-be teachers, to let them know about the legal framework on the radicalism. So I'm a little bit of nervous. So please bear with me. Okay.
Of course, ma'am.
Thank you very much. So we all know what is radicalism. And before we proceed, I really appreciate all of you, all these special members of society who have devoted themselves to build up the new generation. The India is in your hands, and I really appreciate that you are taking efforts to groom the incoming citizens of the country. One more thing, apart from this, today seems to be a really great day for me. One is today I had an opportunity to see our Prime Minister traveling across my road. Just we have a metro city line, and I live on Pout Road. So I had an opportunity to see him traveling in front of me. And today, the second opportunity that I have is to be with you people, to interact with you all, who have devoted your time to, and your career basically to groom the incoming citizens of India. So I really feel this is a memorable day in my life. And hats off to you before we proceed. Now, as we know, radicalism, it has been since a long time, we have been facing the issue of radicalism. Extremists, it is due to the religion extremists there are. And since the, uh, freedom, since the day of freedom, we have been facing with this issue, unfortunately. Even this is a global issue, right? Earlier it was at a little lesser this thing, but nowadays it has been a really grave issue. Everybody speaks about it. As we have the police team, the officers, they are very well known about the changes in the society and all the trauma that has been causing. So now today, there have been laws, since a long time, even since the time of British were ruling in India, we have adopted their laws. So there have been legal framework for radicalism since the starting of our freedom. Okay, however, that has not been used in a that has not been that strong enough to combat with the radicalism. We all are aware when we had the freedom, there was the attack by Pakistan, and then during this thing itself, we have been suffering with various attacks. It's not only in India. We are aware of the 9/11 attack in America, right? Then the attack on Taj in Mumbai. Uh, Apart from that, even the attack on our former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, that was also a very grave loss to our country. Then there was Godhra riots, and the worst one was the Pulwama attack, where our defense team, on the date of when entire world was celebrating the Valentine's Day, the day of love, these radicalist people, they have attacked our defense team, and that is the terrifying memory for the entire nation. So we need to combat with this, and every day if we go through the news daily, we have issues in the Jammu and Kashmir, other parts of the country, where we are suffering due to this radicalism, and we have to work upon it. And it is really appreciated that when the children are made aware of it at the starting of the education itself, when it is made a part of the education, right, it is really appreciated. That will help us to counter the radicalism in a better manner, because the schools build up the citizens, they build up the character of the citizens. Today, whenever, for example, when it comes to my child as well, forget about my child, when it comes to me as well, whenever a teacher comes in front of me, I'm full of honor. I really don't have words about it, and you can feel the way I'm today. Okay. So to understand the radicalism, uh, we have to go through the there is a pyramid model where we can look at. There are this model consists of 4 levels. First level, it includes all the members of the community. Uh, then where at large the community is. Then second level, this is the level uh, of the vulnerable people, a part of the committee of the vulnerable. This population is very vulnerable, and they get influenced by the radical or the extremist thoughts very easily. This is the second level of people. Then there is a third level, which consists of the population moving towards extremism while not committing violent acts themselves. They provide inspiration to the people in the vulnerable people who are in the level 2, and they provide tacit support to the people in the level 4 who actually commit the act of extremism. Now, this level is very dangerous, the level 3 and the level 4. This is the top level of the pyramid, okay, who actually break the law. And these people are very few in number compared to the level 1, okay, but these are the harmful people who are actually committing the crime. And the level 3 is more harmful than the 4, because they are creating such people. They are creating such people with their radical thoughts, and they are supporting the level 4 people as well. And this is the part of the society we need to work on to counter the radicalism, to counter the entire terrorism that we are suffering, the entire globe is suffering basically. Now, when it comes to the Constitution of India, we have the freedom of speech. When we come to the radicalism, we all know what is radicalism, right? It is the extremist thoughts. Okay. So these thoughts are spoken. Generally, those are spoken or written, right? So India, it being a secular country and a diplomatic country, uh, and the democracy, we have fundamental rights. The Constitution, we rule by the Constitution. The entire legal framework is based upon the Indian Constitution, okay, which is the Bible of the all the laws, which gives us fundamental rights. One of the rights is freedom of speech. So someone speaking, we cannot stop him. Every person has a freedom of speech, right to speak. So everyone get covered under this. And for example, we had in the news, we go through such radicalism. We go through the examples of freedom of speech regularly, right? But when it comes to the freedom of speech, there are few duties as well. There is a limitation to the freedom of speech, and that has been it has been controlled by the various laws of our country. The eminent laws are on which the entire system works is the Indian Penal Code. Then there is Code of Criminal Procedure, which helps to uh, dictate this procedure to be followed in the courts. Okay. Then Civil Procedure Code. When it comes to radicalism and the extremism, IPC and CRPC covers the most of the part. There are few special laws also. Okay, like Atrocity Act. We all are aware of the Atrocity Act. Everywhere, one or the other person is using Atrocity Act, right? So, but this is very prominent law. This was this has helped our secularism, right? This supports the secularism in our country. Then there is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, because as I said, freedom of speech gives you the freedom to speak. You can speak anything, but you cannot that helps you like act like Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. It gives you a limitation. It controls you what is to be spoken and what is not to be spoken and all. Okay, and there is another National Investigation Agency Act. This act supports the team, like the officers, investigating officers, to counter the radicalism in a better manner. Now, when we say, as again I come back to the freedom of speech, we can speak anything that we want, okay, but at the same time we cannot hurt others' feelings. Radicalism is generally a spread over through the speech, through the passing of the thoughts, right, and acting upon those thoughts. As I told you, the level 3, as we saw in the pyramid, okay, the level 3 is the people who are the most dangerous people, who instigate others, who support others to enhance this radicalism, the extremist activities in the country, right? So these people, they instigate. So now that comes the abatement. IPC, the Indian Penal Code, that tells us about the abatement. I'll just go through the section. It may help you to understand. Just give me a minute, please. Abating is to instigate or motivate someone to commit any act which is unlawful. There are two parts in abatement. One is instigation and the other one is conspiracy, criminal conspiracy. Now, a person who instigates any person to do that thing or engages with one or more other persons or persons in any conspiracy for the doing of that thing, if an act or illegal omission takes place in pursuance of that conspiracy and in order to the doing of that thing. Okay, so instigating someone is abatement and also participating into it. Okay, so instigation, it generally just, if I tell someone motivating the positive thing, that does not give us much this thing. But when it comes to abatement, the negative part, instigating to commit a crime, that definitely attracts punishment as well. Okay, so abatement, it could be 1/4. Abatement attracts the punishment from 1/4 of the actually committing of the 1/4 of the punishment laid down for actually committing the crime to the half of the punishment. Okay, or to 14 years also. Okay, so abatement could be to any crime. It could be a basic as we are talking about radicalism, insulting someone, or it could be to the hurt someone, physical hurt I'm talking about, or bodily harm, or it could be death of someone. Okay, abatement comes in picture at every point of time. Okay, apart from that, generally whenever there is an abatement, if the crime is committed, the abater is also tried and he is punished. Okay, it could be either criminal conspiracy. There is another part where we say engaged in committing the crime, that is conspiracy. We have various punishments, various sections of the Indian Penal Code which describes criminal conspiracy. So when this comes to the radicalism, if any act is committed, okay, radicalism is not an offense unless and until actually some unlawful act has been committed. Okay, so when the act is committed, all these things come in picture, right? As when we go through Indian Penal Code, when we go through the sections 107 to 120, which tell us about the abatement. Okay, at the same time, when we go to the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, it is a very strong act. Okay, and it gives good as we have police officers as well here, they are aware what scope this law has, the level of now this law, Unlawful Activities Preventions Act, this helps us with, it gives us a list of the unlawful assemblies, unlawful associations. Okay, so now earlier when it comes to IPC, only if the offense is committed, then the person or the persons, the committers will be tried or they will be punished, right? But when it comes to the Unlawful Activities Act, this is the Act of 1967. Okay, it declares a list of unlawful assemblies, also unlawful associations, okay, which are prevented completely from operating. So someone, if is found guilty of funding these assemblies or these associations, they will be held responsible, they will be prosecuted, Also, to the extent that their properties will also get attached. Okay, this is a very small act but very powerful act. Similarly, we also have one act called MOCA. Now, the Unlawful Assembly Activities and Preventions Act, it needs a group of people. Okay, other sections that I told you, Indian Penal Codes sections, it could be a group of people, a criminal conspiracy when we say. There is one act called MOCA, Maharashtra Organized Crimes Act. Okay, where even two people are connected to commit a crime. Okay, they will be tried very rigorously. That offense is it's a very strong act. Okay, very powerful act, I can say, legislature. And under this, even two people are there to commit come together to commit an unlawful act. Okay, they will be tried under this section, and this section is cognizable. This act is basically the crime is cognizable and non-bailable. Plus, one more thing is, generally when the police investigate, the investigation getting officer get for any crime, they get a time of 30 days, which could be extended to 90 days, which could be further extended to 120 days. Okay, but under this act, they get a time of, if I'm not wrong, they get a time of 60 days at the starting itself, and 6 months, up to 6 months, they get the power to investigate. After 6 months, then they will be asked, like, then they will have to give reasoning for continuing the further investigation. By law, they get 180 days at the starting itself to investigate that matter, that crime. And it gives very much power to the investigating authority as well. And it is a very powerful act. Apart from this, when we were talking about the radicalism, there are few more sections that I want to take you through, which are connected to the religion. Okay, recently Aurangabad High Court has dismissed the application to quash FIR of one of the school, uh, which was, they were using. That is a recent case, I think a month ago, not even a month ago. What had happened is on the this thing, birth anniversary of Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, one of the school had conducted a procession wherein these are the facts basically, okay, which have been discussed in the case, wherein the one child was pretending to be disguised in the other thing, Shivaji Maharaj, and the other child was standing as a Ramdas, Santa Ramdas. Okay, and Shivaji Maharaj was going down to Santa Ramdas. Okay, and that hurt the feelings of one of the complainant, who went ahead and complained about the school authorities. Okay, that was the FIR was this thing, that was a cognizable offense. FIR was lodged, a proper complaint was lodged, and the authority, the teacher who was who had set up this act, applied in the High Court, Bombay High Court bench at Aurangabad, to quash the FIR, quashing of the FIR. However, there it was decided that it was the grounds on which the quashing application was filed was not correct. Okay, and it was were not justifiable basically, and the application was dismissed. So similarly, this is how the feelings of I'm extremely sorry. The religious feelings were hurt, okay, of one of the parents of a child who was studying in that school. Okay, so such offenses relating to religion, because as we know, the extremist activities are most of the times related to the religion, right? So the offenses, but when it comes to IPC, uh, there they do recognize such offenses. They do recognize such offenses, but the punishment that we have, for such offenses is very less, very less. So these people don't get, this doesn't become that effective. So the sections, a part of IPC, it's a huge book. We all are aware of it. From section 295 to section 298, discuss about the offenses related to religion. Okay, 295 discusses about the offense, a crime, wherein the act is of destroying or damaging the or defiling the religious documents. It could be anything related to the religion. I will just be any place of worship. Okay, so whoever, the section reads as, whoever destroys, damages or defiles any place of worship or any object held sacred by any class of persons with the intention of thereby insulting the religion of any class of persons, or with the knowledge that any class of persons is likely to consider such destruction, damage, or defilement as an insult to their religion, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 2 years, or with fine, or with both. So, when such an act is committed to destroy or damage a place of worship, the the culprit may be punished with imprisonment or fine, or with both, which extends to 2 years max. Apart from that, then there comes section 295A, which tells us about the deliberate and malicious intention of outraging religious feelings of any class of citizens of India by words either spoken or written, okay, or by signs, or by visible representations, or otherwise insults or attempts to insult the religion or the religious beliefs of that class, shall be punished with imprisonment or either description for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with fine, or with both. So this one, this 295A, it attaches the malicious intention as well. If the person commits any of these acts with the intention to hurt someone else's religious feelings, then that person will be punished for 3 years, or with both. Okay, and the fine. 296, section 296 speaks about disturbance to law. Disturbing, any person commits an act with the intention to create disturbance to the lawful assembly engaged in worship by any religion. It states as, the section says as, whoever voluntarily causes disturbance to any assembly lawfully engaged in the performance of religious worship or religious ceremonies shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year. So if someone commits any offense under section 296, he will be punishable with 1 year imprisonment, or with fine, or with both, depending upon the uh, gravity of the offense. Now 297. It a person who insults religious feelings or trespasses to the worship place. Okay, he will be punished with 1 year. I will just go through the section what it says. Again, this one also comes with the intention. So these sections 296 to, I'm extremely sorry, these sections from 296 to 298, they they require the intention as well. The law recognizes two things, mens rea and actus reus. Mens rea is the intention, actus reus is actually committing the act. Okay, when uh, mens rea,
Ma'am, you are on mute, ma'am.
sorry, can you hear me now? Okay, I was
Yes,
discussing about mens rea and actus reus. Mens rea is the intention to commit some offense, and actus reus is actually acting upon and committing that offense. Now, when only mens rea is into picture, that is not an offense. If I have an intention, okay, in my mind, if I have any thoughts of committing offense, the mere having those thoughts is not an offense. If I commit that act, it will amount to offense, right? Similarly, there are few scenarios where I have the intention, okay, but I don't commit the act, or vice versa, I commit the act, but I don't have the intention. What we say is the accident, sort of accidentally. So if I go to some place of worship accidentally or just in a belief, that will not be a trespassing. Though it is a trespassing, but it will not have that intention, so it will not be an offense. Okay. So to attract section 297, there has to be all these sections, section 296, 297, 298, there has to be the intention. Okay, so this one also starts with are you able to hear me clearly?
yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so whoever with the intention of wounding the feelings of any person or of insulting the religion of any person, or with the knowledge that the feelings of any person are likely to be wounded, or that the religion of any person is likely to be insulted thereby. Okay, when he does it all with the intention to hurt the feelings or to commit insult, in that scenario, such person is said committing any trespass in any place of worship. Okay, with this intention, if any person commits trespass is unlawfully entering somebody else's premises, the premises which is owned by someone else. Okay, trespass is any place of worship or on any place of a sepulture or any place set apart for the performance of funeral rites or as a depository for the remains of the dead, or offers any indignity to any human corpse, or causes disturbance to any persons assembled for the performance of funeral ceremonies, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year, or with fine, or with both. So this sections not only talks about trespass to the place of worship, it also talks about the trespass to the graveyard, it could be, and committing any offense towards the corpse. Okay, corpus basically, and causing disturbance to people who have come together. for a funeral ceremony. It doesn't only speak about the worship, place of worship, it speaks about these things as well. So this person, if somebody does it intentionally, okay, he will be punished with 1 year imprisonment as well as fine. Apart from that, now there is section 298, okay, which talks about, as we said, as I told you earlier, freedom of speech. Every citizen of India enjoys the fundamental right of freedom of speech. However, there are few parts he has to be, this freedom comes with some limitation. Okay, there are few duties or the boundaries to the freedom. So the section 298 speaks about it. Okay, whoever with the deliberate intention of wounding the religious feelings of any person utters any word or makes any sound in the hearing of that person, or makes any gesture in the sight of that person, or places any object in the sight of that person, shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for the term which may extend to 1 year. Okay, so somebody commits, if says something, okay, or makes any gesture or makes some noise, anything that will be punishable with the imprisonment for 1 year, and it could be with fine.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I think ma'am left
Yeah.
the session.
You don't worry, she will connect it again. Maybe network issues there.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can hear you. You
Yes,
got,
ma'am.
I think you got disconnected, ma'am.
I'm extremely sorry for that. I have connected from phone, so that could be the reason. I'm extremely sorry for that. So we were discussing about the section 298 of the Indian Penal Code. I also see that I have completed my time as well. Is it okay if I continue, ma'am? Geeta, ma'am, I can't hear you.
Yeah, ma'am. It's 4 to its session is 4 to 5, ma'am. So if you want 2-3 minutes more, you can continue, and you just smoothly you can wind up the session, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yes. So we spoke about the Indian Penal Code. I strongly feel that there is a need to get some strong, the powerful amendments to these sections, so that the uh, extreme now, as we all are aware, when we talk about the Pulwama attack, or the Taj attack, or it could be the attack on the 9/11 incidents, attack on the American this thing, World Trade Center and all. Those were the attacks near to us. Okay, those were very disheartening. But the incidents that took place in the year 2018, in the month of January, the incidents that took place very near to our own place, the Bhima Korega, okay, the historical place, that was really disheartening. Okay, there has been, uh, the matter was into is undergoing in the courts. But such incidences, if we could avoid, there were hundreds of people injured, thousands of people injured, and hundreds of them died, which was very unfortunate incidents, right? It was at the time of a worship, which was really, very. This is not our India, and we need to stop this because our country is a secular country. We believe in Sarva Dharma Samabhav, right? Our constitution itself is based on this particular principle, where we need to believe in each and every religion, and we need to not only believe, we have to respect each and every religion. We may not believe in each and every religion, but it is our duty to respect each and every religion that is in our country. And if we could do that, if we could give them their own space, if we could do that, our country will be again in peace. Okay, we are peace living country. Even today, when there is the war, international war going on between Russia and Ukraine, we all are aware of it today, and we are striving to get back our students. Our nation is striving to, our basically our not the nation, the government is trying to get back all the students from Ukraine. Okay, in such scenario, though we are very near to Russia, who has helped us in various, our emergencies. Russia has helped us, but still, we being the peace-loving country, we have not, you know, not intervened in the war. We have stayed aside, right? So this is what is our country. These are the beliefs. So there is a need to create our next generation with this belief, okay, of secularism, where everyone believes in respecting each other along with their religion, where everyone believes in all religions. We believe in, we start again respecting each other, and that will help us to, grow the healthy India again. I know there was some network issues with me, however, uh, you all have listened to me very quietly and
Yeah,
very,
yeah,
I hope I was able to uh, give you whatever I had with me related to the radicalism legal framework, and I hope that has helped you in one or the other way. Okay, in in your session, I again thank you, Geeta ma'am, and Herkar sir, for inviting me for today's lecture. Thank you very much.
Now
yes,
platform is
Shashank.
open for question and answers. Participants can go ahead.
Dear students, any questions from your side, you may ask to Preeti ma'am. Any doubts about any legal thoughts
You can
in
raise
the
your
directions
hands.
of radicalization?
Want to add a bit of okay. As there are no questions, I get a little more time to
I,
add up.
I
I
think the session
spoke,
was
yeah,
very clear, ma'am. It was very
thank you,
understood
ma'am.
and clear session with you all, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to
And
add one part. When I was talking about MOCA, the Maharashtra Organized Crimes Act, okay, Control Act, uh, one feature that this act has is when a person is found guilty under this act, okay, the entire property of the act is attached by the state. So we need some sort similar acts, the awareness, we need to create awareness on this act as well, very much, because the organized crime generally, this one also, when we are talking about radicalism, it is a part of organized crime. It is an organized crime, right? So their properties get attached, because what happens is when we saw Bina Koregaon, they have destroyed the state property very rigorously, right? So who is at loss? The state is at loss. At the end of the day, the citizen like us is at loss. So when such act, when it comes to Maharashtra, okay, such act, the such legislature helps us to, save the state property as well, or at least reimburse that from the property of that culprit, okay, or the offender. Similarly, even under the Unorganized Crime Prevention Act, as I was earlier talking about it, due to the paucity of time, I'm not able to go through it completely. But even this act, it gives the power to the state to, judiciary to attach the property of such person who is involved in such crime under this act. So these are the powerful acts which we need to create more awareness in the society, so that the young generation who is, getting attracted towards such crimes will think twice before going to it. Right? Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. This is all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful session and for enlightening us. Now, I would like to request our Professor Geeta Vishwakarma, ma'am, to give a vote of thanks to our today's resource person, Advocate Preeti Paranjape, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Now again, it's my privilege to have been asked again. To lots of thanks to our resource person, and my special thanks to our speaker of the day on behalf of my MIT St. Dnyaneshwar SD B.Ed College, Alandi, Devachi, Pune. So all valuable information you shared with us on current situation actually. And I also thank to our respected principal sir and our the principal sir convener and our coordinators, assistant professor Sanjay sir. And thanks to all my dear faculties member, non-teaching staff, and who were directly or indirectly helped to make the event successfully. At last, I special thank to all our student teacher who paid more attention and towards the informative session and made the session very interactive and engaging. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we understood that radicalization, how it is good until unless the unlawful activity is not done by us. Thank you so much. So we understood a little bit legal aspects of the reference of radicalization, ma'am. It was really very informative for us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Yeah, once again, everyone, please put your camera on so that we can click one photo.
This isn't one of those internet challenge things, because when I saw those kids,
Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed the session fully and with a lots of information about the radicalization.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, everyone, for participating and
Thank you,
attending the
ma'am.
session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
to all of
Okay,
you.
have a nice day. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Wish you the same, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, Advocate Preeti ma'am. Thank you so much.